Why, hello again. I see that you gave yourself another break of your daily life to just enjoy some reactions. This is a short film reaction and hoping to gain some exposure and notoriety for the short filmmakers of the world, because you never know. One day they may become big filmmakers, and you can say that you've enjoyed their stuff since the beginning. This is a short horror that I got from a channel on YouTube called Alter, which their link is in our descriptions. We always give credit where credit is due. Alter provides a lot of short horrors. So this is from James Osborne, and the name of the movie or the short horror is Crazy Car. Haven't seen it yet because we don't pre-watch anything. So I like to be shocked and surprised, just like you hopefully will be when we watch this together. Did you know that there's something that's good to an extent about fear? I'll tell you that in a moment. But you know what? Actually, this scenery doesn't seem horrific enough. We need to do something about that. Better. All right. So now that we set the tone, we're almost prepared to watch this amazing short horror. But as I told you, I wanted to mention something about fear. So I brought it up here and I got it from inspiredthemind.org. The thrill and allure of fear. Fear isn't all bad, and this is quoted, fear isn't all bad. We actually rely on fear for protection from potential threats. When we detect a threat or feel scared, our bodies prepare us through the fight or flight response with the fundamental goal of survival, despite the fictional source of the threat. So that's good to know. So even though, our eyes and stuff are showing us and telling us like we're not in actual fear, we're watching a fearful movie or whatever, our brain still works in that fight or flight mode, which is something good because, you carry that stuff along with you when you're out in the real world and you're not watching a movie. And sometimes people have survived catastrophes because of that fear that's instilled in us to an extent that goes into that, oh my God, I have to survive and save myself. So that's really interesting to know. So maybe you shouldn't always shun horror movies. It might make you stronger in the end, right? Something to think about. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. So let's get into this, and I will commentate a little bit later if you stay tuned and don't leave this reaction, and let you know my thoughts, okay? So, horror short called Crazy Car. So stay tuned a little bit later, and then you'll hear and watch as Tazzz reacts.
She's got an attitude.
Sure.
You wait here a minute.
Take your time.
Piece of shit car.
Right now. This is fucking bullshit, alright? No. I don't want to hear this shit. Alright? No, this is not fair for me. Alright? I don't care about our with us. Why do we have to go to the state? No, I'm not doing it. Fucking nice. In front of fuck. That's right.
Eric, Jason says to come inside. Eric. Eric, please, no games.
Where were you? Where's my car?
Jason, you don't understand. We need to leave.
What'd you do? Did you crash it?
No, we just need to get out of here.
We're not going anywhere. You're staying right here. So I can go find my car from whichever ditch you left it in. Now where'd you fucking crash it? Katelyn? Katelyn! Where's our fucking car?
It's behind you. But it's not your car anymore.
Well,
Fuck it.
wow. Okay, so hands raised. Who first thought when it started to play out, like, wow, this takes me back to when I saw the movie Christine. Only because it was a car that killed, for no other reason than that. But which is very unique. Like when that movie came out, I wondered what was the reasoning behind it. Like it was something different, and maybe that was just the reasoning itself. But like I guess before Christine came out, the thought of a car killing sounded really goofy to me. But then it came out, and I was like, wow, it was pretty clever. So this one carries the torch, if it were, at least for me, How it was very, very clever. I don't remember if on Christine, like if it actually devoured people. Like I know one point it had like carbon monoxide kill somebody and something else I forget, but this one devoured them. I think like the guy that was in the car initially, he was in the passenger side. He never got out, but you saw a little bit of blood trickling out the hood. I mean the trunk. So I'm like, well, does the car have teeth? Or I guess it's left to our interpretation how it devoured him. Like I don't know if he seeped into the seats or whatever. But and then on the last guy, he was outside the car, so I guess it must have just ran him over a lot. I think that was the sound effects I kind of heard. So, um, but yeah, but still about the point of about a car having its own abilities to drive itself and to cause havoc all on its own. So the scary allure and that type of fear of some ghostly apparition or just the car itself on its own without like some entity inside cause those horrors. So uh scary. um I like the build up initially, and I like how the director and the writer put all of this into like 6 minutes and some seconds. Like, so it was nicely written. My only thing that threw me for a minute there is when the girl first got in the car, she was afraid of the car, and she ended up getting out and running away back into town. But then towards the end, when she's like, the car is right behind you, she seemed all rough and tough and didn't freak out that her boyfriend was getting destroyed by the car. So she was once scared and now she's not. So I didn't know if that meant, does the car have some type of possession and it entered her or what? Um, and then at the end, she got into the car again, but this time she wasn't scared. And then she's like, I think she said, screw it, or maybe fuck it. And then drove off. So that little part there with the woman part just threw me a little bit. But other than that, that's a small part. Um, I overall enjoyed it. So this definitely gets a movie pass for me. Let us know now what your thoughts are. What did you like or dislike about this short horror? Um, Again, did it make you think of the movie Christine for apparent reasons? And I want you to nitpick it and tell me what your brain was going through as you felt that. But I was taking into consideration that fight or flight thing that I had mentioned before watching this, and like I was putting that into the movie. So like, yeah, and putting myself in like the person's shoes inside the car. Like, yeah, if the car started driving and you were in your own car, wouldn't you try to get out? That's their fight or flight. Imagine if your brain didn't like react like that and you were just like, oh wow, the car is moving, and you're just like aimlessly sitting there. So that's scary. But yeah, kudos to you. Forgot your name, sorry. Let's see. James Osborne. So kudos to you. Hope this channel helps give you some exposure and notoriety, because I really like where your thought process was on this. And at the same time, and I'm a guy too, no doubt, but I don't like any guy that like beats up a woman or abuses her in any way. So I was actually happy that in the end the car kicked his ass. So yeah, I was cheering that on internally. So that's my 2 cents on that part. Um, all right, if you want to see some more, because this isn't the first short horror that this channel has done, then I want you to check where? There. Check there. Right there. Yeah, right there.